Hi YouTube, welcome to the vlog. Today we're going to do an update on my little fish pond, and I'm going to do several videos in the future on teaching you guys how Edward Tyndall can train anything. Because I get a lot of comments about how I'm stupid or I'm dumb and I can't train things. I caught this turtle off cam a while ago, and I just decided that I would do a little update. Y'all see how he looks. This was the size of the turtle that we had in our house, or that we have in our house, the little turtles at one time. And then I just decided to put him up here. This is the one that's got the spikes on his back a little bit, like I was telling. It's not a snapper turtle, but he's a pretty little guy. He's shining the water here. Watch him go free. Then I got fish. I train fish. Anything can be trained. See how my fish are going wild? I train my fish using food to where I can pet them, I can love on them, even brim. Look at that wild brim. And it don't take a very long time at all before I can just start handling my fish. And I do it using food. Anything can be trained using food. And this includes every animal on Earth. There's not an animal alive that cannot be trained. Some people think I'm dumb for saying that I trained my snake, but there's not an animal, or even a lot of insects can be trained to a certain degree. Depending, look at that big Skelos koi. Make sure you get a good view of him when he comes up there. Where is he at?
So he's right down. He's fixing to come.
Yeah, I'll get my hand in there so you can see what he really looks like. Look how beautiful he is. Oh. He's a pretty one, ain't he? You catching him on there? Mm-hmm. Look at that brim. It's eating size. These are some goldfish. That Skelos is a koi. We've been having him for a long time. They can live up to 130 years that I know of, maybe longer. Because I know one that's 130 years old.
What are all those little fish?
Oh, these are mosquito fish. These are one of the most valuable assets on Earth. Well, for us as people, because we don't like mosquitoes. Look at him. Yes, I get them used to me by handling them while I feed them and let them eat out of my hands. Then the fish will get associate my hands with food, which are not going to hurt me if they do nibble on me a little bit. On snakes, you do not want your snakes to be trained to associate your hands with food. That's why you use a hook or some kind of stick with a ball on the end of it, or a paper towel roll to train them to get out of their feeding response. That is a actual scientific proven fact how to train a snake. And if you watch Crazy Jay with Prehistoric Pets, he'll also teach people and tell you how to hook train your retics, and he's one of the largest producers of retics that I know in the world. So one of the foremost experts on the planet cannot be wrong about something he does every day, can he? Look at that big, beautiful Skelos koi. And then this is a fancy kind of pied coming up here, right here. This is like your beautiful Chinese painting you would see. And then we have other fish. Oh yeah, I got this brim right here. Can you shine on this brim? I don't even think you're catching what I'm talking about. You might be, I don't know. Here's this brim here, look at this brim. There's some things below me that you can't see. There's a big catfish in here too. I've been trying to get him to come up. He's the kind that they noodle on all them shoes. Hey, look right here. Get this brim right here. It's nice to have these like this because I'm going to build an outdoor swimming pool, natural swimming pool one day. And when I do, it'll be filtered and living plants and everything else, and some of these fish will be joining me on my swims. Mainly that big Skelos koi. Hopefully I can get him 3 or 4 or 5 foot long. but they've survived out here 4 winters now, right? Yep, 4 winters they've survived out here with ice this thick on the water, about 3 inches on top, solid. This is a nice, relaxing, soothing, peaceful thing, people. So if you don't like snakes, frogs, lizards, and that kind of stuff, you got to get something in your life that will help strike up your imagination and your creativity. And animals do that for me. I look at an animal and I get ideas to do all kinds of cool stuff. The more prettier and exotic the animal, the more cool stuff I want to do. Check this out. I do have 3 turtles in here. I do have a catfish big enough in here to eat everything in this pond, but he has not yet. But I keep everything well fed and everything has balance. These mosquito fish, Sarah was talking about those a while ago, they are awesome. In 28 days, a mosquito fish from a brand new born live baby, because they have live birth, can have babies of their own. So every 28 days mosquito fish are born, and every 28 days more mosquito fish can be born from those babies. So they will produce rapidly and fill up an entire pond until their numbers are perfect for whatever body of water they're in. They will not overpopulate. They can't. They'll eat each other down after they get to an established point. And they're amazing to have because they eat mosquitoes, they eat parasites, and they eat things all the way down to little bitty microbial things that you can't even see. You got to see it with a microscope. I really love them. Are you getting a good close-up of these mosquito fish in this? So we can get this up here a little bit more. Right here on the action. See if I can bring these up a little bit closer for you guys. This is the first time I'm trying to film these while feeding them, and they're kind of full, so they're not really doing like they normally would. It's not a great video, I guess, but it's a great moment for me every time I look down in here and I see all my babies, my wonderful, beautiful things. So hopefully y'all get some enjoyment out of this. We're still recording, right? I can't tell. Good news, found a camera I'll be getting soon, so video quality might get better or might not, I don't know. Oh yeah, and these mosquito fish also, if you sit still long enough, they'll eat dead skin and stuff off of you. And Britney Spears, she pays $3,000 to sit down in a pool of these and let them eat all the dead skin and stuff over her. All she had to do is come get naked and get in my pool in my backyard.
I don't think
That's
she
funny.
gets naked.
Yeah, she gets naked. I watched the whole documentary on it. Yep. Check out him. I love that Skelos koi right there. That's not my first Skelos koi I've ever had. I had another one, and what the hell happened to that other one? He might be in here somewhere. I don't know. I had a yellow one. Look at this. Trying to get y'all a better view by bringing him up to the top. Of course, I could catch him and show you that way, but I like my fish gaining a trust with me. So when I'm getting them ready for their pond, so when I actually put them in a pond, and people come up and see a fish eating out of my hand in a big, open, wild environment, it's very amazing. I used to have a place in Florida where I lived where I could do the same thing with my fish, and there was all open fields. I could holler out and call horses, hogs, goats, ducks, geese, turkeys, all by using one call. And then I could call specific animals that I just told you about with different calls where only they would come. And then I could feed my fish and just everything would come in perfect harmony. And then birds. I had birds that you see in the pet store that were naturally wild down in the area that I lived. and they were all pretty well trained. This is mostly a training video. Anybody can do this, and anybody can train any animal. I'm not the first. I just know a lot about animals, all animals. And for the most part, through food, you can train animals. A lot of people use pain and suffering to train animals. Like certain people that train elephants and stuff like that, they'll use hooks and stuff like that. Or Pasifina horses, they'll tie little things to the end of their leg and to make them dance. But there's other ways to get them to do that. They don't need pain. And fish, all you gotta do to get your fish to trust you and love you is feed them several times, like I'm doing right here. And over a short period of time, they will start coming to you with no food. Wanting food, of course, but they'll come to you with no food at all. Look at him. And he absolutely gorgeous. He has no scales, people. A completely scaleless fish. Yep. He was in the mix of a Walmart goldfish, feeder goldfish. Just a feeder goldfish at Walmart. And I seen him and I was like, I will take that one right there. Yes, I will. So, I've had him for quite some time now. Yep, these fish are getting full, but they're still coming up. They still love me. Hope y'all are getting something out of all of this stuff. And for the record, I'm not a hillbilly. I live on flat ground. Pretty much flat ground. Yeah, well, I don't know. If you look down there, I am kind of at the top of a hill. Alright, whatever. Hillbilly. I'll take it. If I must. Y'all let me know what you think about different topics that I have discussed on here. And all of that stuff. Whoops. I'll put this in here for a minute. I'm having an issue outside of here. Shit. See, when I'm trying to film, something happened. My plug came off. It's always something, people. Always something. I'll leave you all there for 1 second. So y'all can get a little bit of view. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to cut, I guess. I want to drop this camera in there. That would suck. Total bad. Get this thing. Well, the chicken getting bread on a trampoline out there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Move, Sarah. Trying to get. On top of a trampoline. See? Animals are not that much different than people are. They like making love on a trampoline as well. Y'all caught that? I'm getting all kinds of evil looks from Sarah. That's so funny. Alright, people, y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. Peace, love, and happiness, and all that good shit. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. I said like, subscribe, tell your friends. Thumbs up just because this is a beautiful moment. If you don't like hearing me talk, you can always just watch and mute it. This is awesome content. Well, it is to me. If it's awesome to me, it should be awesome to everybody. It really should. And I hope y'all get to see this guy grow 3, 4, 5 foot long, however big he'll get. I don't know. And when I get close to the end of my life, I'll be finding another home for him so somebody can take care of him. Because they do live for a long, long time. I don't think I got 130 years left. I might, you never know, but I doubt it. Got other things to do, other places. So I get as much wrapped up here this time. Teach as much as I know. Learn as much as I can.
Happy Father's Day.
And going on to the next thing.
Hope you guys enjoy this.
What? Nobody can hear you, woman.
Happy Father's Day. Hope everybody enjoys this video. Stay tuned for more.
Yes. Happy Father's Day, everyone. I fixing to go celebrate my Father's Day with my son right now. Just figured I'd give y'all a fish thing real quick. Yep. Y'all should really, if you're a father, spend time with your kids this Father's Day, because kids are also awesome. I mean, they're not quite as awesome as fish, but they're pretty damn awesome. And the more time you spend with them, the more they'll love you. And keep that in mind. And they grow up so fast. And before you know it, they become little men and have little kids of their own. So, just food for thought, people. Edward Tyndall out.